Welcome, Knicks Nation. The New York Knicks escape Atlanta. They beat the Atlanta Hawks 126 to 120. Got dicey there at the end. A lot of great games from all of the guys. Brunson, Barrett, Randall, I thought had a great game as well. Defense was kind of lacking. Ball Boomer was kind of lacking there in the last couple of minutes, Chris, but we pulled it out, and the New York Knicks escape Atlanta. Final score 126-120. Everyone was shooting the lights out in this game, man. This was a close one.
Yeah. This was basically like a 3-point contest, man. It was just back and forth, back and forth. Whenever the Knicks got a lead, Hawks just stormed right back and man, you said it perfectly. You summed it up perfectly. We survived this game because man, did it get crazy there at the end with all the turnovers.
It did. Who do you want to talk about first? We can go Jalen Brunson with, oh my God, 8 3-pointers tonight, 8 of 12 from downtown, efficient as can be. RJ Barrett, I thought played amazing tonight. 26 points, 9 of 15 from the field, 3 of 5 from three, 6 assists for RJ Barrett. Hit a couple of baby mid-range jumpers too, Chris. We can start with RJ Barrett, man. I mean, these first couple of games, RJ
Yeah.
has been, he's played amazing. Obviously, it looks like he's added the mid-range jump shot into his bag. I mean, I've been screaming to it. A lot of Knicks fans have been screaming for it. But efficient night from RJ Barrett, Chris, and look, if this is how he's going to play all season long, we're going to expect great things because 9 of 15 from the field, 3 of 5 from three, that's amazing. That is simply amazing from RJ Barrett.
Yeah, this was a heck of a game for RJ. Exactly what you want to see from RJ, right? He was efficient. He was making smart decisions. He had 6 assists, so he was getting other people involved. He wasn't taking, the crazy shots we would normally see him taking the paint against 3 or 4 guys. He was driving. He was looking for the open man. I love what I saw from RJ tonight. He took five threes, made 3 of them, like you said, and just overall I have to see this every night from RJ, man. Because if we get this RJ Barrett every night, hell, I'll take every other night for that. I mean, wow, what a boost that'll give to this Knicks team.
I'll take it as well, man. I mean, all night long, it felt like the Knicks were up by like 15, and then you would look at the score, and it's like only a 2-point game, and it's like, damn, these freaking Hawks just hang around. But I'm just happy we got the one. But yeah, regarding RJ Barrett, man, I mean, this is what we asked for from him. I mean, efficient. We came into the season wanting him to be efficient. We came into the season wanting him to shoot more mid-range jump shot, and his decision making was tonight nonetheless was impressive. Julius Randle tonight, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. Chris, I mean, his offensive game, he didn't have it. I mean he could have had it if he wanted to, but I felt like this was an amazing showing from Randall because he was literally getting everyone involved. The 9 assists show that in the box score, but I just felt like he wasn't forcing it. The 12 rebounds, we know Julius Randle is a great rebounding forward. He had to score at the end there for the New York Knicks and to seal the deal, which is great. But efficient night for Randall, 3 of 7 from downtown, 17 points, and the 9 assists. Chris is what gets my eye because I've been wanting Randall to up his assist averages before the season. I've asked for him to go to at least 7, 8, maybe assists per game. And even in the Boston game, he was, sharing the rock really well, making great decisions. So, Julius Randle, I mean, we're gonna go down this box score, but everyone performed tonight. This was just a great team win, but Julius Randle, great game out of him, man.
Yeah, for sure. This was definitely a really good team win, and I was even messaging you during the game. I was like, man, Julius has to get it going. He has to get it going. And you let me know. I'm like, yo, he's passing the ball. And I'm like, yeah, man, but I need to
Yeah,
see him score, man. I want him to score.
yeah.
So, I'm not gonna lie. It took me by surprise. He ends up with 17 points, 4 of 10 overall from the field, but those 9 assists, the 10, 12 rebounds, that's awesome. And like you said, Julius Randle wasn't forcing it. He was looking for his teammates. He knew he didn't have it early. And I mean, as Knicks fans, that's what a lot of people have wanted from Randall.
Yep.
They want him to dish. They don't want him to force. They don't want the ISO Randall. And I love it, man.
Great game.
Him and RJ passing the ball around, I think that just brings a whole nother dimension to this squad.
Yeah, man, totally agree. Let's hit some of these comments in the chat. Big task in the chat. This game was so easy that the Knicks almost lost. Knicks are nice, man. What's going on? Big task also said the Knicks offensively look good. Only person missing at the party is Randall. Look, Randall, 17 points. I mean, was he missing? I don't think he was missing. I feel like if we get this night in, night out of Julius Randall, sign me up, man. Like, he took 20 shots last game and he was off. And I came on the post game saying, pass the ball more. If your shot isn't falling, pass the ball more. He did exactly that tonight, and he played a great game. Our Big Task also says RJ Barrett looks comfortable on the court. Yes, indeed, man. He looks comfortable. His mid-range jump shot is there. His decision making is there. His efficiency has been there these first couple of games. And RJ Barrett is usually a slow starter to start the season, but not this season, Chris. Not this season at all, right? I mean, it's just been amazing.
No, I think playing for Team Canada, just has him in rhythm right now.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is due to that. I know it's only game 2, but I like what I'm seeing from RJ. He's confident, and you can see he's just not hesitating in the same way he was past season. So hopefully that's a trend that continues with RJ. But I'm loving what I'm seeing so far.
Loving what I'm seeing from RJ Barrett. All right, Chris, let's talk about Jalen Brunson, man. 8 threes for Jalen Brunson tonight. 11 to 21 from the field. 8 to 12 from downtown. 5 assists, 31 points. He was just cooking Trae Young all night long, cooking the Hawks. And the Hawks had no answer for him. And this was an incredible performance from Jalen Brunson. The scoring was there. The assists were there when needed. And he was getting to his spots all night long. Just an absolute stud he is. And Jalen Brunson, man, willed us home. I'm just loving that, he's had one of these games early on, 31 points. Everyone, look, first game versus Boston, Brunson was off, Randall was off, and it's just good to see the guys shake off the rust. And Jalen Brunson, Chris, 31 points, all-star Jalen Brunson. Hopefully he gets that all-star nod this year.
Yes, hopefully. I mean, what can you say about Jalen Brunson, man? You knew after the Celtics game, man, and that he was going to come back and have a good game.
Yep.
I expected it. We saw it in the Celtics game. He was getting to his spots. He was, getting those usual shots, the floaters, all of it. It just wasn't going down for whatever reason. And then on this game, he was just unconscious from 3, and then that led to him penetrating, hitting those floaters, that the crafty footwork in the paint. He showed it all tonight. And man, I'm just thankful we got this win, because it would have been something else if we lost, man. Jalen Brunson put up 31.
Oh, my God. When he made that turnover there at the end, when he threw the ball out of bounds, I was like, you got to be kidding me. It's not one of these games again. Please don't let this be one of these terrible losses. And we're going to come on here and after amazing performances from top to bottom, literally. I mean, but it didn't happen. We pulled off with the win. Salute to Morning Brew Sports in the chat. Shout out to the chat. Back-to-back solid games from RJ. Let's just hope he continues the consistency. Shout out to you guys, Morning Brew Sports. Always catch y'all on YouTube and whatnot, but appreciate y'all in the chat. But yes, RJ Barrett the consistency is the key with RJ Barrett. The efficiency is the key. The decision-making is the key with RJ Barrett. And I'm just, I'm sure all Knicks fans are loving what they're seeing from him. I'm just loving those mid-range jump shots. Whenever he, dribbles to the, left side or the right side and he pulls up for a mid-range jump shot, Chris, I'm just smiling from ear to ear. I'm like, wow, he worked on it. You could tell he worked on it. You heard the noise, and I'm like, damn, finally we get a mid-range from RJ. And that unlocks his game tremendously, right? He's not just a three-point shooter and a guy who's driving to the basket, right? Mid-range jump shots are important, and he's hitting them.
Especially when he's hitting them, because then that's another dimension to his game, and they're going to have to honor it. And you saw when RJ pulled up from the midi a couple times, they were not expecting it at all. Defenders were just dropping back. Yeah. And the minute he pulled up, they were just like, oh, snap. And he hit them, credit to RJ putting in the work. And I need to see more of that, man. It's great to see. We got to remember, so far, RJ's still young,
Was he 22, 23? Yeah. Still young. Yeah. Still developing. Mid-range jump shot is here, folks.
Time to improve even more.
Lynette in the chat, the Knicks nearly gave me fits. They need to stop the fading in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Lynette, you and all the Knicks fans across the world. I mean, that was my heart was like doom, 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 doom there at the end. But I'm glad that we pulled it through. Chris, off the bench. I mean, Isaiah Hartenstein. I mean, this guy, I love what Hartenstein brings to the table. I mean, doesn't really show up in the didn't really show up in the box score tonight, but it's the little things with iHeart that it's the little things, man. I mean, his offensive rebounding, his block shots, his toughness, him replacing Mitchell Robinson. He's one of the best centers off the bench in the NBA, and I'm just glad we have him on the squad. Josh Hart, still trying to find his legs under him, still trying to find his offensive game. Only 4 points for Josh Hart, but not concerned about Josh Hart's offensive woes, right, Chris?
No. I think Josh Hart will come around. We know he's a little bit beat up and whatnot. So for me, I think it's more of a conditioning thing with him, but he's still giving the effort out there, and he'll definitely come around. He still had some really timely shots. I know he only made 2 field goals, but they were really timely if you really go back and watch. So I'm not worried about Harden.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Harden too. I mean, he played in FIBA. I'm not worried about him. He'll show up. Tyler in the chat, man. Tyler, what's going on? The Knicks really tried their best to lose this game. Yeah, man, we spoke about it at the end there. It got dicey. I mean, a couple of turnovers, a couple of, just stupidity, and just hoping they can clean that up. I'm sure, during the post game, they're going to be talking about cleaning all that stuff up, because if you want to go far in this league, you can't make those silly mistakes. I mean, playoff time comes around. That cannot happen, man. You got to clean that stuff up, and hopefully they will. Dante DiVincenzo had his homecoming, Chris. 16 points, 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3. There was a play where he went up for his 3-point shot and then passed it to iHeart, which was pretty cool. But it's good to see Dante. This is what he does. This is what he was doing during the preseason. He was showing his offensive burst, and we got it tonight. I mean, 16 points off the bench, Chris, along with, quickly shot. Wasn't really falling tonight, 1 of 9. But Dante with the homecoming. Love what I saw out of him tonight after a rough game 1.
Yeah, it was DiVincenzo basically at times carrying this team with the 3-point shooting. I mean, 3 of 5 from 3, 6 of 10 from the field. He was everything that we basically brought him here for. On a night when Emmanuel Quickly didn't really have it, after Quickly had such a strong game against the Celtics, didn't have as good of a game tonight, but Dante DiVincenzo came out and, just he was good, man. I like what I saw from DiVincenzo, and man, he can shoot the ball. I think there's no doubt now that I don't think he was a fluke when it came to playing with the Warriors, and everybody was concerned that he wasn't gonna be able to hit his shots here with the Knicks. But so far, so good. I like what I'm seeing.
Quickly, he didn't show in the box score, 1 of 9 from 3, but I feel like he's another one. He had some timely shots as well. So 4 of 14 for Quickly, 1 of 9 from 3 was pretty much the only Knick that shot poorly from 3. Another great 3-point shooting game from the Knicks, Chris. 45%, 20 of 44 from the field, 20 of 28 from the free throw line. We're improving. That's an improvement from last game where we shot 50% from the free throw line. But 20 of 44 from 3-point land. That's back-to-back nights now where the New York Knicks have shot above, I think, 45% from 3. And, boy, I mean, they're shooting the lights out. If we can keep that up, I mean, I'm sure that's not sustainable, but we can keep that up. Sign me the hell up, man. Great, another great shooting night, Chris. I mean, what do you pinpoint that to? Like, good. The ball movement was there tonight, clearly. 30 assists as a team. So that's
right? It right there, in my opinion. I mean, the way the Knicks were passing that ball around, like, you love to see it, and that's what leads to wide open looks from 3. The ball always moves faster than the man, so the Knicks were swinging that ball around. 30 assists as a team. That's the key right there to getting those open shots. And it looks like the Knicks have 3-point makers and not just 3-point shooters at this time. So hopefully that's a trend that keeps going. It's about time we get some 3-point shot makers.
It's about damn time, man. We've been waiting a long time for this, man. 3-point makers and not just – that's what we need, makers, man. Dante's a maker, man. 3 of 5 from downtown. Grimes, even though he only attempted 6 field goal attempts, I mean, 2 of 5 from 3. Barrett, 3 of 5. Brunson, 8 of 12. Randall, 3 of 7. On the Hawks side, this was a bad trade. I'm so glad that the NBA has stopped calling those ticky-tack fouls on Trae Young. Like he was getting his whole career, like when he just flops his body back. He should have been called for a couple of flops tonight, actually. But I'm just so glad that Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm just so glad that the NBA has just stopped. Hopefully, they've stopped doing that. They did it. They did it tonight. They didn't tonight. I mean, he still attempted 10 free throws, but
Yeah.
416 missed a big layup at the end. So I'm just happy that they stopped doing that. Right? Aren't you? Aren't you happy?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm really happy. I mean, hopefully that stays consistent throughout the NBA season. I mean, I can't
Yeah.
stand when, especially Trey Young. I mean, I know other players do it, but especially Trey Young. I cannot stand it. But, Trey Young, he's a weapon no matter what. Even though he had that off night, he still got to the line 10 times,
Yep.
had 12 assists, he's tough, man. That Atlanta Hawks team, really gave us a fight, man. And they shot the ball, the 3-point ball, just as well. I mean, at the end of the game, they faded away, but they were there toe to toe with us, man.
Yeah, they were 24 or 30 from the free throw line. They were 12 or 32 from three, 37%. They still put up 120 points. I mean, defensively, Knicks got to clean up some things, but we were just shooting the lights out. Everyone was just shooting the lights out. So, like you said, the Hawks were hanging around all game long. I mean, the Knicks would go up 11, the Hawks would cut it down to 2, and the Hawks would cut it down to 1. Knicks would go up 6, Hawks would cut it down to 1. It was just a nice back and forth game. Some nice action. Tonight it was actually like I love seeing. The reason why I love this game, Chris, is because everyone played well, man. I mean,
Yeah.
like, where is the negative on the Knicks side? Like, honestly, I mean, you want to say Quickly 1 of 9 from three, but like we know what Quickly's capable of. But
Yeah.
everyone played well, man. From Hartenstein to Josh Hart to DiVincenzo, the starting five, Grimes. I guess you could say you want his field goals to go up a little bit more, like we've been saying, but it didn't feel like nobody was forcing it. I'm just love when I'm seeing, especially from Barrett, and boy, man, 34 minutes for Barrett. If we continue that, Chris, man, it's going to. If Julius Randle continues to pass the ball like this, I tweeted this out. If Julius Randle continues to share the rock like this, the Knicks are going to be a scary team, man, because we know he can score, but when he's down low and when he can make great decisions with the basketball, that's when the New York Knicks become scary, right? It's when Julius
Yeah.
Randle is giving us 8 to 9 to 10 assists a game. That's when he's a problem.
Yeah. And one part of the game where I was like, all right, Randall might be turning a corner here is when Julius Randle took the ball. I think it was after he hit a three. We got the ball back. He went down to the post, and the Hawks went to double him. Now, classic Julius would have just held the ball, probably got stripped, turnover, and you already know how that goes.
Yeah.
But he actually, this time, he saw the double team, or he felt the double team coming, dished the ball, we swung it around, and we got an easy bucket. That right there, along with him just in general passing more, I think, like you said, we're gonna be scary if that's consistent.
Hail to the yeah, man. I'm happy the Knicks pulled this one off. They're doing 1-1 on the season, back to back at New Orleans tomorrow, and then we have another back to back after that at Cleveland and versus Cleveland. Two back to backs in the first week of the NBA season. Why? Like why?
Yeah,
Why is that even a thing? But at New Orleans, Chris, tomorrow, another tough opponent. And at Cleveland versus Cleveland, at Milwaukee versus the Clippers. So this win was important, man. Getting this win was
yeah,
important because the schedule is kind of tough. But, if the Knicks continue to play like this, we're going to beat these teams. I mean, at New Orleans, I feel like we can beat them. We definitely could beat them. Cleveland, we've already shown that, we manhandle Cleveland, even though they've added a couple of pieces. It's going to be interesting to see how they gel and whatnot. But and then at Milwaukee, we just saw Dame light up the 76ers last night. But Chris, tough schedule to open up. I'm just glad that the Knicks started off 1-1. Could have got that Boston game. You heard about that 4-point play, 4-point debacle that the NBA
Oh
said that
man,
the flop.
The Brunson missed call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed about that. I mean, I think everybody except the referees basically knew that that was an actual foul. And we should have got 3 shots, man.
Yeah.
Um, can't harp on it now. Don't even want to harp on it now because I'm just gonna get upset.
Yeah, it
But
is what it is, bro.
sucks, man.
It is what it is. Just move on. New York Knicks played an amazing basketball game tonight. Who's your MVP tonight, Chris?
You know what? I gotta say RJ Barrett, man. I'm gonna give it to RJ Barrett. He just had a really strong game,
Yeah.
at all 3 levels, man. He even played defense pretty well too. Like I'll give it to RJ Barrett. I think he's the player of the game. Who you got?
You took my guy. I mean, it's easy to say R.J. Barrett, but I just go. You know what? It's easy to say Brunson too. I mean, clearly you could say Brunson. I mean, everyone's literally the MVP, but you know, I'm gonna
second.
let me hold on. I'm gonna give you my MVP tonight. Like you're gonna be shocked, but I think it's Randall, man. 17 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, 4-10 from the field, 3 of 7 from three. I just love the assists, man. I love the decision making from Randall tonight and letting the game come to him. And if he continues to play like this, we're gonna be a problem. Who's your second MVP? Brunson.
Second MVP, I'll go Mitchell Robinson, man. He had a low-key beast of a game, man. 4 blocks, 4 steals, an assist, 13 boards, 6 offensive. Come on, man. Mitch, I mean, he goes under the radar, man, but Mitch is important to this team, man, and he does it for us on the defensive end, man.
You know what? I don't know why I freaking just went over Mitchell Robinson, but in the first half, I think he had, hold on, let me get this right. In the first half, I think he had like 9 points, 9 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 block shots in the first half for Mitchell Robinson, just dominating the Hawks, simply dominating them like he dominated the Cleveland Cavaliers. Nice bounce back game for Mitchell Robinson, considering he was in foul trouble versus Boston. But 7 points, 13 boards for Mitch, 6 offensive boards. The best offensive rebounder in the NBA. Four steals for Big Mitch. 4 steals, bro. That's crazy.
And 3 or 4 from the free throw.
3 or 4. And, you know, he changed up his shot during the summer, but it's working. 3 or 4 from the line. Last game, he was okay. But nice to see Big Mitch. 4 steals. Wow. 4 steals, 4 blocks. Oh, man. What a game, Chris. What a game, which is why I'm just happy they pulled it off in the end. Coach Sierra in the chat says salute. Salute, Coach, in the chat. Everyone in the chat, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. As always, trying something new. I think we're also live on Twitter as well. Lynette says, no relaxing after this win. The Knicks like to coast after a win. Yes. I mean, let's go get that win tomorrow versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Another tough opponent, another tough team. Guys are rested on the bench. I'm sure the bench unit is well rested tonight. Quickly, we bounce back. DiVincenzo hopefully can, you know, keep this up. I Hart, amazing. Josh Hart. The offense will come with Josh Hart. But, yes, back-to-backs, 2 back-to-backs in the first week is, you know, put this one in our rearview mirror. It's a great win. We can take positives from this one, build off of this one. Barrett especially. The ultimate MVP is Barrett. You know, Chris spoke about it. But, you know, his improvement as, you know, it's shown up here in the preseason and in FIBA as well. And I'm just happy that he has a mid-range jump shot, Chris. But, yeah, I mean, the New York Knicks win 126-120 against the Atlanta Hawks. We now move to 1-1. We put Atlanta at 0-2. Oh, man, yes. The Hawks. 0-2. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Me too, man. When it comes to the Hawks, man, you know, obviously for obvious reasons of things that happened in the past that we should not mention. Yeah. It's happy to get this win, man, and no matter how ugly it got at the end, man, just happy we got this one.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be back on here tomorrow, back-to-back versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Appreciate every single one of you. I'm Anthony. That is Chris. Catch you on the next time. As always, it is Let's Go Knicks. Peace out.
Peace.